Welcome to Story Time, where tonight's tale, The Gentle Dream, will carry you into a soft, soothing world of dreams. Close your eyes, let the day fade away, and allow this story to guide you into a calm and restful sleep. It was a quiet evening, and the air was soft and cool. A person lay nestled in their bed, their head resting on a pillow as plush as a cloud. The room around them was bathed in the warm, golden glow of the setting sun, its rays streaming in through the open window. Outside, the gentle chirping of crickets filled the air, creating a soft lullaby that seemed to say, "It's time to rest." The person shifted slightly, pulling the blankets closer around their body, feeling the comforting weight settle over them. They closed their eyes, letting the soft sounds of the world outside become a distant hum. The day had been long, but now it was fading into the background, and all that remained was the stillness of this quiet moment. Slowly, their breathing deepened, and the edges of sleep began to close in. As they drifted closer to slumber, their thoughts began to wander, like clouds floating lazily across a blue sky. One moment, they were thinking of the day's events, the next, they were far away, in a place that didn't quite exist in the waking world. It was the space between wakefulness and dreaming, where reality gently fades and imagination begins to take over. The person felt a wave of calm wash over them, and before they knew it, they were no longer in their bed. They were standing in a vast, open field, the sky above them painted in soft hues of pink and lavender, as if it were permanently suspended in the magic of twilight. The air was warm and fragrant, carrying the sweet scent of blooming flowers, and the softest of breezes caressed their skin. In the distance, they could see a small cottage, nestled at the edge of the field, with a thatched roof and a garden full of wildflowers. A winding path, made of smooth stones, led the way to the front door, inviting them to follow it. Without hesitation, the person began to walk, their footsteps light and effortless. It was as if the path itself knew where they needed to go, guiding them gently forward. As they walked, the soft crunch of the stones beneath their feet and the distant chirping of birds became the only sounds in the world. Everything was peaceful, still, and serene. The person felt a deep sense of contentment, a feeling that they were exactly where they needed to be. Time seemed to stretch and bend, losing all meaning in this dreamlike world. There was no rush, no urgency, just a quiet, endless moment of calm. They reached the cottage and stepped inside. The air inside was cool and smelled faintly of lavender. A small fireplace crackled in the corner, its flames dancing gently, casting a warm glow across the room. There was a chair by the fire, and the person felt drawn to it, as if it were waiting just for them. They sank into the chair, feeling the soft cushions embrace them, and gazed into the flickering flames. The warmth of the fire wrapped around them like a blanket, and they felt their body relax even more, sinking deeper into the chair's comforting embrace. As they sat there, watching the flames, they felt their eyes grow heavy. It was as if the fire itself was lulling them to sleep, its soft crackling and the play of shadows on the walls creating a hypnotic rhythm. The person closed their eyes, letting out a long, slow breath. In this quiet space, they felt as though they could drift off at any moment, their mind growing softer and softer with each passing second. And then, as if by magic, they were dreaming again, dreaming within the dream. In this new dream, they found themselves floating gently on a calm lake, the water as smooth and clear as glass. The sky above was vast and open, filled with stars that twinkled like tiny diamonds scattered across the velvet night. The moon hung low in the sky, casting a soft, silvery light over everything. It was a peaceful scene, one that seemed to exist in a world where only tranquility reigned. The person lay on their back, floating effortlessly on the water, their body completely weightless. The cool surface of the lake kissed their skin, while the gentle movement of the water rocked them like a cradle. They felt as though they were drifting through the universe, carried by the stars and the moon, completely at peace. Their thoughts began to slow, each one passing like a soft ripple on the water's surface, fading away into nothingness. All that remained was the quiet stillness of the night, the soft glow of the stars, and the endless feeling of floating. There was no hurry, no need to be anywhere but here, in this perfect, calm moment. As they continued to drift, they felt a soft breeze stir the air, carrying with it the scent of jasmine and fresh rain. It was a comforting scent, familiar yet dreamlike, as if it belonged to a memory they couldn't quite place. The breeze whispered through the trees that lined the edge of the lake, their leaves rustling gently, creating a soothing, natural melody. In this dream, there was no time, no place, only the present moment, filled with peace and quiet. The person's body and mind were completely at rest, as if they had found a perfect balance between wakefulness and sleep. Their breathing was slow and steady, in perfect rhythm with the gentle lapping of the water around them. Eventually, the stars began to fade, the night sky giving way to the soft light of dawn. The person felt the warmth of the rising sun on their skin, and with it came a sense of awakening, a slow, gentle return to the waking world. But there was no rush. The dream allowed them to linger, to bask in the calm and quiet for just a little longer. Finally, the person began to stir. They opened their eyes, blinking softly as the world around them shifted and changed. The dream of the lake faded away, and they found themselves back in the cozy chair by the fire in the cottage. The flames had died down to a soft glow, casting long shadows on the walls. The person stretched their limbs, feeling the lingering warmth of the fire in their bones, and smiled softly to themselves. They stood up from the chair, feeling light and refreshed, and made their way back outside. The field was just as they had left it, bathed in the soft glow of twilight, the flowers swaying gently in the breeze. The path of smooth stones stretched out before them, leading back to where they had begun. As they walked, they felt a deep sense of peace settle over them. The dream had been so gentle, so calming, that even now, in the waking world, they carried that feeling of tranquility with them. It was as if the dream had left a trace behind, a soft reminder of the quiet, peaceful place they had visited. They walked slowly, savoring the quiet and the stillness, until they found themselves once again in their bed, nestled beneath the soft blankets. The world outside the window was still, the cricket's song barely audible now. The person closed their eyes, sinking into the familiar comfort of their bed, and allowed themselves to drift off once more, this time into a sleep that would carry them through the night. Thank you for joining Story Time, where tonight's tale, The Gentle Dream, has guided you into a peaceful slumber. May your dreams be as calm and soothing as the story, and may you wake feeling rested and refreshed. Good night, and sweet dreams.